one of the things that I do is I've learned my dances really well so that I don't need to have the card in front of my face. And that makes a difference because it makes it a conversation that I'm having with the dancers and not a speech that I'm giving. At least that's the way I see it in my own mind. And I did a callers workshop with Larry Edelman many years ago. I did 3 weeks of boot camp with him, 3 summers in a row, the callers workshop at Augusta. And he, first thing, made you put your cards away. And there were people crying over putting their cards away because it's a crutch. It's something we like to hold on to. And back in those days, I still held the card and I would put my thumb on the move that we were doing and I'd hold it at my side so I could like move down the card and always be able to look. What Larry said was, how long does it take you to learn the dance as a dancer? Through the walkthrough, I'm done. I know it, mostly. He says, so why can't you just call it that way? So I have my cards handy and I look at them and I remind myself. So for that roll in the hay dance that I used earlier, I visualize what the dance looks like. It's a circle and a swing and a circle and a swing and a long lines and a lady's chain and a hay. You know, so I have this little visual thing because I was a visual artist before I was a caller, and I have this 3-dimensional way of looking at things. But by learning the dances really well, so I'll remind myself and then I can teach it. And as I'm teaching the dance, I'm watching the whole floor because I don't have to keep looking at my cards. I'm looking to see where are all the beginners? Are they all together? Are they over there? What part of the floor do I have to really pay attention to when the music starts? Because that might be where problems crop up. Or which part of the floor do I need to not watch so that I don't mess up to start with and then get back to them later once everything is going like a well-oiled machine. So I think that knowing your dances, not just knowing how they work, but knowing them by heart, then you can really present them that way. And I think that makes a big difference if you can start getting away from the cards. It also changes your voice. There's a more freedom in your voice when you're just telling people how the thing goes instead of reading how it goes. So that, I think that's a big piece of calling. And I probably know 100 dances off the top of my head. And sometimes I have to look and remind myself how the transition happens because I'll remember the featured piece of the dance, what makes that dance that dance. And then I might forget the transition without reminding myself. But I remind myself before I walk it through, and then I've got it, mostly. So I think that's a big piece.
That is, that sounds like, yeah.
Yeah, because then you're calling from your heart.
Right.
It's not such a brainy bit. It becomes more heartfelt.
Yeah.
I think people feel that.
Well, I think so, yeah.
I think they do.
Yeah.
So.